subscribe, like, do what you want, really. And we are back, Mr. Show here with all the results from Survivor Series 2023. Ember Moon looked to use Ronda Rousey's injured neck against her and become WWeFfigy Universal Women's Champion, and she almost did, but at the moment of triumph she was pulled from the ring by Becky Lynch, who cashed in her Money in the Bank contract, nailing Rousey with a pedigree and stealing the match and the championship. The man, Becky Lynch, is now your new WWeFfigy Universal Women's Champion. The Survivor Series men's draws saw the Dark Parade take on Pain International. Luchasaurus eliminated Sheamus first with a hellacious chokeslam. Then McIntyre eliminated Corbin with the Claymore kick. Volta delivered a last symphony, eliminating Luchasaurus. Finn Balor delivered mist to the eyes of Drew McIntyre and rolled him up for the 3. Volta was then eliminated by countout, following distraction on the outside from Braun Steiner. And the match came to an end. Aleister Black grabbed CJ Rusev, and the Bulgarian Brute was distracted and rolled up by Finn Balor for the 3. Aleister Black and Finn Balor proceeded to the men's final later that night. FTR's best ever series was not the best. Dash Wilder was cut off from his tag team partner, Edge and Christian, doing a number on him. And then when it came to the Shatter Machine, Dash Wilder could not deliver. Edge nailed Dawson and got the 3. Your new undisputed WWeFfigy Tag Team Champions, Edge and Christian. Shayna Baszler did all she could to make up for Ronda Rousey's injuries, but sadly, it was not enough. Hit by a hellacious leg drop from Nia Jax, Ronda Rousey was pinned, meaning your first ever WWeFfigy Women's Tag Team Champions are Asuka and Nia Jax. In the other half of the men's draw, Team Zio's 4th man was none other than John Morrison, John Hennigan, or on the night known as Johnny Survivor. And in other personnel changes, Team Captain Omos dismissed MVP Shelton Benjamin and Apollo Crews and replaced them with Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, and the legendary Keith Lee. Omos started strong, eliminating Big Cass with a super power slam. Montez Ford went next, eating a Johnny Survivor super kick. Keith Lee eliminated Kevin Owens with a Big Bang catastrophe, and then Angelo Dawkins flattened Johnny Survivor with an impactful shoulder block. But the night belonged to Omos's Hurt Business. The Cody Crusher on Sami Zayn ended Team Zio, meaning that Omos, Angelo Dawkins, and the legendary Keith Lee also go through to the men's final. The Women of War are now up next. Piper Niven belly-to-belly suplexing Bayley into elimination in the first exchange of the match. Then Dana Brooke was starstruck and made to tap out by Trinity Fatu, who then moments later tapped out herself to Natty Neidhart's sharpshooter. Rhea Ripley perhaps gave the shock of the night, hitting Riptide on Charlotte Flair for the 3. Saraya did her best for Team War, spiking Natty Neidhart on her head and taking her out, but then it was a Piper driver to Saraya from Piper Niven that sealed the victory for Team Now, meaning that Rhea Ripley and Piper Niven will bag themselves places 29 and 30 in January's Women's Royal Rumble match. Having been snubbed earlier in the night, Shelton Benjamin and Apollo Crews had their revenge, taking down Aleister Black and Finn Balor, forcing a disqualification for Keith Lee and Angelo Dawkins, leaving Omos alone with Black and Balor. Black fell to an Omos powerbomb, but Balor outsmarted the Nigerian Nightmare, chaining him to the backstage area and winning a count-out victory. Sole survivor Finn Balor will enter the men's Royal Rumble match as number 30 in January. And now your main event of the evening. Lashley went after Seth freaking Rollins' injured back, but Rollins did not take it lying down, curb stomping Lashley onto the announce table before hitting a pedigree in the center of the ring to become the new WWeFfigy Men's Universal Champion. Mr. and Mrs. Seth freaking Rollins then celebrated being on top of the wrestling world in the middle of the ring together. And that is all. Join me, Mr. Show, next time for your WWeFfigy update. Until then, take care. Ta-ra now.